Well, Danny, win on Derby night. First of all, talk us through the game.
Yeah, I think it definitely wasn't one for the purists. It was definitely a derby kind of atmosphere. It was a derby kind of game. The level of football at times wasn't great, but it was a different test for us than Saturday. So it was more about our character, and we talked about recruitment and we wanted the right people, and I think we showed tonight we've got the right people through the door. We're willing to roll their sleeves up, we're willing to go toe to toe with any team physically if we have to, and we were outstanding. We were outstanding. Our back four and keeper tonight, our back five were different class, and Sham, and just I can't. To be fair, I could end up going through the whole team because the work ethic was unbelievable.
And like you say, when you come in the summer, this team is going to be the hardest working team in the league.
Yep.
And they showed that tonight, didn't they? There wasn't a blade of grass untouched.
No, and you've got people that are cramping left, right and centre in the changing room, and I think that's a great sign. It's a great sign that, you know what, because we're fit, we know we're fit, we've done the work, so if they're doing that, it's just that extra, the levels of intensity they worked at was tremendous.
And how was your first experience of a Woking Aldershot derby then? It was obviously an electric atmosphere throughout the night.
I mean, listen, I'm sure they're probably sitting there thinking that we should have got something out of the game because the amount of set pieces they actually had. But we got a bit, I won't say fortunate because it was offside, but with the goal that was disallowed. But I think they deserved what they got tonight. And I mean, this is a big club, and I think we're not bad to our club ourselves, and we're a big club, and I think we showed that tonight with the amount of fans we brought here. There's clubs in the league who don't take fans away like we have tonight, and the players have been superb, and don't know really what else to say other than it was just outstanding from start to finish.
And second half, Mitch hasn't even had a save to make, has he, really?
No, and I think that's credit to the lads. We looked at the first half and thought, right, okay, we had two choices. We could allow them to get hold of the game and do what they did in the first half with the amount of set pieces that they had, or do you know what, we get an element of control. And I think that although there were some passages of play that was a little bit disappointing, I think that we didn't look in any real danger in the second half.
And second half on the break, so we had a great chance for Jacob. Harry's hit the post in the last minute. So again, we've had chances in the second half to wrap the game up. And they, like you said, they did have that spell just before half time where they did put on some heavy pressure, but we withstood it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to stand here and say the performance was unbelievable from a kind of our sort of philosophy perspective, because it wasn't. But this was a different type of fixture. We knew that was going to be like that, and we needed to show a different kind of philosophy, and that's the one that we can roll our sleeves up and go toe to toe with these teams that play the way they do. And we not only stood the test, we come away with the 3 points.
And like you said, not one for the purists, but when it's them sort of games, if you work hard enough, it's shown out there, you get the result in this league.
Yeah, the biggest cliche in football is form, league positions, everything goes out of the window when it's a derby, and I think that was a prime example tonight. They had a good win Saturday, and they came into the game full of confidence, their first home game, and you knew there was going to be times in the game we were going to be under it, and it was a test of, as I've mentioned already, a character. How do we deal with it? Can we deal with it? And I think we've proved tonight that we can handle that sort of stuff. We've got a good bunch of boys in that dressing room, and they'll fight to the end for the badge, and I told you that already in previous interviews. And the work ethic is always going to be the work ethic. That's not ever going to change. And
we were sat here at 5 o'clock Saturday, commending Fylde on how well they managed the game in the late stage. How well did we do that today?
Yeah, that was. And I think I said in the interview on Saturday, if it was the other way around, we'd do the same. And I think you need to manage the game. But if we'd have gone on and tried to go gung-ho and set pieces and throw people forward and then go and concede, everyone would be questioning our decisions. And the lads, but that wasn't an instruction from the bench. The lads managed that themselves. And one of the biggest things we do with these players is give them an opportunity to have an opinion and have a say-so, and make sure that at the end of the day they're out there. They're better for making decisions out there than we are sometimes on the bench.
And one thing I noticed before the game was everyone looks so relaxed. Normally you get these big games like that, and players go with game faces on, all straight and serious, but everyone was sitting here, and it seemed a very relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah, we've got a great environment in the dressing room. It's good, and there's no point getting yourself so het up that at the end of the day your emotions take over, and stupid bookings and sending offs and bad decisions. And we needed to be calm, and the staff are calm, and everyone's calm.
And lastly, just at the end, scenes at the end with the fans are going over to them. How much does that mean to you, that win tonight?
It's what it's all about. At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, that kind of response from the supporters and that kind of reception you get from the supporters, and the win is always for the supporters because they're our bread and butter, and we all do it, and we all do what we do because we want to make people happy. And we said we wanted to send them home happy tonight, and hopefully we've done that.
And if you have like friends and family or people from, like say you've worked at West Ham, Charlton, Chelsea, and they think, oh, Aldershot, who are they? Is that what you say to them tonight? That's what they're about.
I have to say, when I took the job, not one person said Aldershot were there. Everyone said the same thing. It's a massive club with a lot of potential, and every time I see these fans come out, and every time we're in and around the ground, you can see the potential the club's got. We just need to make sure that we put the platform in place that we can build and build and build.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Danny. Well
Cheers,
done
Chris.
tonight.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.